G'day, I'm Rob Douglas. If you're looking for a set for a movie like Night at the Museum 4, I think I've found just the place. Today I want to introduce you to Michael Buzzer. He's a taxidermist and the curator of the Museum of Natural History in Guildford in Western Australia. I have to say it's one of the most bizarre places I've been, but an amazing story and a great story of how we protect our wildlife.
Hello, I'm Michael Buzzer and welcome to my museum in Guildford. Yes, I'm a taxidermist at my museum, and the word taxidermy, taxi is move and dermy is skin, so all we're doing is moving the skin over the artificial body forms. So these are fiberglass moulds. We take them down to the factory and we pump all this expanding polyurethane foam into the mould and unbolt the mould, and we have a mannequin, and they're easy to adjust the body forms for the tan hide to fit over the body forms. So we've just finished that, a couple of ladies actually, they did the reptile course.
Both the museum and Michael's Academy of Taxidermy are about education. He's keen for people to learn about the process of what's involved in taxidermy.
So this is where it's very time consuming and the cost involved to get, see there's a muscle there.
Taxidermy in itself is a tool to a much greater educational purpose for Michael. When you walk in the door of the museum, one of the first people you're going to meet is Michael's wife, Lara.
We're absolutely blessed by seeing, for example, bunch of people, family, 3-4 generations coming together. And our place, it's magnificent reason to have a normal conversation. Kids asking their grandparents how it was previously. They learn about wildlife. They learn what humans have done to wildlife. And it's wonderful to see.
Right, well I've always had a love, I call it preserving nature's wonders. I've always had a fascination, just at school, going to the WA Museum and seeing the big bison and all the animals in their natural habitats in the museum there. So from a very young age I really was fascinated how these animals were standing still and not moving, lifelike. So my first attempt was on 2J, up the farm in 2J, just basically skinning rabbits and foxes and sprung from there. And then moved over to New Zealand to deer farming over there, have the odd casualty, a bit like at lambing time, you know, have a stillborn. And so I went away to learn taxidermy there. That's how it really started. All those, must be 45 odd years ago. Yeah, it's all about preserving the planet. And a lot of the animals here go out to schools for educational purposes, parks and wildlife, borrow them all the time. And like the Major Mitchell cockatoo we've just finished over here, had all soft bones. So you're learning about what they died from, like a Parks and Wildlife sent a huge crocodile down once, and I want to know what was inside its stomach. So you're learning about what they eat, their habitat, and even the colour of the animal. You can tell from what part of the country they've come from. So people find these things on the road and think it belongs in a glass case in a museum, so they drop it off and we report it to Parks and Wildlife, and then they know where to put all their signs. We do a lot of wedge-tailed eagles. Unfortunately, they just eating food off the kangaroo off the side of the road, and they're just too slow getting off the road, and unfortunately a lot of trucks just can't slow down and they bowl them over. In this particular case, it was the travelling circus all those decades ago. Yeah, just phone call out of the blue, the other tiger bit her around the neck, unfortunately, and he killed the poor thing. We all have to come together worldwide, and we got to, from a young age, we're all on this planet together. So we've got to do something, not just talk, we've got to do it.